Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome to the online class of Pharmacognosy 2B Advanced 5 to 6 Theory. For this session includes resins and oleoresins, natural toxicants, tumor inhibitors from plants, and clinical use of herbs and herbal medicine. So these are the topics we are going to discuss in this session, this course. Today's our topic of discussion is chapter that is resins and the oleoresins. So resin and resin combinations is the chapter we are going to discuss. So resins are amorphous products with a complex chemical nature. So they are amorphous physically but chemically very complex in nature. So many of the products are being regarded as they are being identified by their hydrolysis products. So basically these are normally produced either in schizogenous or in schizolysogenous ducts or cavities and are regarded as the end product of metabolism. So basically they are present in the ducts or the cavities which are either termed as schizogenous or schizolysogenous. So schizogenous ducts are the cavities that are formed between the two cells. The space between them is termed as schizogenous duct or cavity, and schizolysogenous ducts or cavities are those in which when cells die and become dissolved and the space of that cell present in the plant tissue is termed as schizolysogenous. So in those ducts these resins are being secreted and they are being present, and basically they are termed as the end products of metabolism. So properties of the resin include the physical characteristics or the features of resin include that they are being hard, transparent or translucent, and when they are heated they usually melt. So physically, first thing, they are being hard, either they can be transparent or translucent material. Okay, but once they are being heated, the heat is provided, they ultimately melt down. Normally they are insoluble in water but soluble in ethanol and organic solvents. So and they are basically electrically non-conductive, or you can say very bad conductor of the electricity, and they are combustible in nature. You can destroy them. So chemical properties include, says chemically they are basically complex mixtures that comprise of resin acids, resin alcohols, resinotenols, esters and resins. So chemically, as already being discussed, they are having a very complex nature. So they are usually mixtures of the various substances. Which include acids, alcohols, esters, resins. So it says that they are basically regarded as oxidation products of the terpenes. Okay, so the primary precursor for the resins you can say are the terpenes. So when they are being oxidized, they are converted into more complex nature products which we call resins. So terpenes, all those volatile oil type materials containing the isoprene units, once they are being oxidized, they form complex metabolic products we call resins. So that's why they may be called as the end products of destructive metabolism. So once they are being destroyed, they are being metabolized, converted into very complex chemicals. The original nature is being destroyed type, and then they are going to produce something new, like very complex nature products we call resins. So these are the few chemical properties. So distribution of resins in the plants. So resins and the resinous substances are extensively distributed throughout the entire plant kingdom, specifically spermatophyta, that is the plants that contain seeds. So the resins are mostly found in seed containing plants, whereas it says almost rare and somehow practically negligible in pteridophyta, that is the ferns and their allies. So those plants which do not have seeds and flowers, so those plants they occur very rarely or may be available in very negligible amount, whereas in the seed containing plants they are present in mostly in more abundant uh, form. Classification of the resins. So, depending upon the type of the chemical constituents, resins are basically classified. So, their basic classification requires the type of constituent present on that particular group of the plant, or you can say the family or something. So first thing is resin acids. Okay, these contain large proportions of oxy acids, usually combining the properties of carboxylic acid and phenols. So they are usually metallic salts are termed as the resinates. So uh, acids, matlab those resins which belongs to the acid are resin acid class basically. In their complex chemical nature, usually contain oxy acid, so that have the somewhat properties of the phenols or the carboxylic acids, uh, and their salts are termed as resinates. So resin acids and their metal salts, resinates. Okay. Then the second class we have is the resin esters. So basically these are the esters of resin acids or other aromatic acids such as um, benzoic acid, cinnamic acid, especially if you are discussing in the plants like in the balsams. So next class we have is the resin alcohols, which are basically complex alcohols of high molecular weight, known as resinols, and another one is resinotenols, which some references also refer as resifenols, which give a tannin reaction with the iron salt. So similar like phenolic compound tannins, they give a reaction, a tannin type reaction with the iron salt. So they are termed as the resinotenols or resifenols, whereas normal resinols don't give such type of the reaction with the iron salt. Next class we have is the glycoresins, which are basically complex mixtures which yield sugar and complex resin acids on hydrolysis. Means कि once they are being hydrolyzed, they are going to convert into two. One is the complex resin acid, another section become sugar. So that's why they are termed as glycoresins. Next we have is the resins. They are basically complex neutral substances devoid of chemical properties. So resins are basically very complex. They are neutral. They do not have any chemical properties. They are not showing any sort of reaction. They do not form salts or esters. Basically insoluble, and they are basically resist the hydrolysis by the alkali. So they are very complex, very neutral substances. They do not have normally do not have any chemical properties. So here are some example of drugs and certain constituents according to the chemical classification. So we have acid resin, resin acid, both terms you can find in the books. We have drug colophony and it contains the resin acid, that is the abietic acid in the myrrh. We have chemiphoric acid, the ester resin or resin ester we have is the benzoin drug and it contains the coniferyl benzoate as a constituent, ester resin constituent. Then we have is the alcohol resin or resin alcohol. Um, we have again benzoin. In the benzoin we have benresinol, benzoresinol, whereas in the balsam of Peru we have Peru's resinotenol. So resinols and resinotenols both are available in the different type of the drugs. Then we have glycoresin and the drug that contain glycoresin include jalap. The constituent we have is the jalapin. And the final one we have the resin. So these inert chemicals are mostly present in the drug called dragon blood. So resin combination, usually the resins also come with in combination or in mixture with the other chemicals or the substances, which include oleoresins, oleogum resins and the balsams. These are the different terms that are going to refer the different resin combinations according to the constituents or the chemical they are in mixture with them. So when resins and the oils, basically most commonly we have the volatile oils in the homogeneous mixture, then they are termed as oleoresin. So oleoresin is the resin combination of the resins with the oils are more appropriately we can say with volatile oils. So when the resin comes along beside with the volatile oils we call it oleoresins, and the drug example we have is the capsicum which contain oleoresin constituents. Another we have is the oleogum resin. So the oleogum resin is basically a homogeneous mixture of volatile oils, gums and resins. So this combination of three type of the material is termed as oleogum resin, and the example we have is the asafoetida. So asafoetida is our drug which contain constituent which are having the volatile oil, gums as well as resin as in the homogeneous mixture form. Next we have is the resins which contain a large quantity of benzoic, cinnamic acid or both or esters of these, then they are termed as balsam. So balsam is the resin mixture, you can say resinous mixture which usually contain large proportion of either benzoic acid, either cinnamic acid or both or ester of these. Means either ester of benzoic acid or ester of cinnamic acid, then they are termed as balsams. And the example we have is the benzoin and balsam of Peru. So the drugs that contain resin, we are going to start with the asafoetida, very famous drug. The biological source is the Frula asafoetida, and the family it belongs to is Umbelliferae. So the chemical constituents that are present in the asafoetida include resins, gums, volatile oils. So in the resin portion there is asaresinotenol, which is available in free form as well as in the combination with the ferulic acid, and also there is umbellifron in the combined form. So this oleogum resin containing drug. So basic resin contains is the SR-resin-butanol with the ferulic acid. So current slide is showing you the chemical structures of both ferulic acid and the umbellifron present in the Frula foetida. So uses are medical uses, you can say medicinal uses of the Frula foetida include its use as a carminative, nervine stimulant, expectorant, antispasmodic and laxative. So it has very important effect upon the GIT as well as in the respiratory tract, whereas it is going to affect the uh, nervous system and can be used to treat the um, nervous system conditions. So another drug we have for discussion is again a very famous drug, that is the cannabis. Um, Biological source cannabis sativa, and the common names include hemp, marijuana, ganja, and many more. The family it belongs to is Moraceae. So chemical constituent it contain as a reason we have is the delta 9 trans tetrahydrocannabinol. This is the main constituent available with the cannabis. There are also other derivatives, but the main is your delta 9 trans tetrahydrocannabinol. So here is the structure of delta 9 trans tetrahydrocannabinol, which is also termed as delta 9 THC. This delta 9 represents the double bond that is the present in the ninth position, and its various derivatives are also there. There's 8 delta 8 in which the double bond is present at the um, 8th position. So medical uses of the cannabis include as a narcotic, analgesic, psychotropic, and hallucinogenic. So as an analgesic, it can be used in the patients with the uh, very severe pain, like the terminally ill patients, or especially the cancer patient, like people, and plus it is used to calm the patients with the who are terminally ill due to cancer, due to HIV, or like that, because it has psychotropic and the hallucinogenic effect that can calm them for a period of time so that they can be relaxed. Whereas these both effects are being used, basically misused by the drug misusers. So next drug for discussion is ipome. So the biological source of the ipome is the ipome rhizabensis. It's also known as Orizaba jalap. Orizaba is basically city in Mexico. So you can say the Mexican city jalap. You can say the family is Convolvulaceae. So the chemical constituents present in the ipome with reference to the resin we have is the main constituent include jalapin, which is a complex mixture. It's not a single agent, it's a mixture of acetic glycosides basically. So medicinal uses, it's a cathartic in nature. Uh, that's its main use. So next drug for discussion we have jalap. It's also a very common, famous drug we have, and its source is Ipome purga, and we call Jalap Vadix. Family is Convolvulaceae. So chemical constituents present in the jalap include resin, volatile oil, and in the resin we have main constituent as a convolvulan, which is a ether insoluble portion, a substance with some 18 hydroxyl groups esterified with valeric, tiglic, and exogonic acid. So it's a basically complex chemical, and valeric, tiglic, and the exogonic acid are basically its hydrolysis products. Next we have is the jalapin, which is the ether soluble portion, and it is the mixture of acidic glycosides. So this slide is showing you the chemical structures of exogonic, tiglic, and valeric acid, which are the hydrolysis products of convolvulin. So medicinal uses of jalap include it's a very powerful cathartic. Um, it's basically a hydrogog. So as a cathartic agent, it is going to cause enormous loss of water, or you can say elimination of water from the bowel when used as a cathartic. So it should be used carefully. It's also termed as drastic purgative, means it's very violent, very potent, active in performing the purgative activities. So basically, it may cause very too much loss of water. So it should be used with the care. So these are the references for today's lecture. Include Pharmacognosy by Vero E. Tyler. Second one is by the Trees and the Evans, and third is by C.K. If you have any question, we will discuss in our Zoom meeting. Thank you.